Hello and welcome to Charter's Local Edition. I'm your host, Lori Farkas. We're in Cheyenne, Wyoming at the WAM convention, and we've been having lots of fun today visiting with mayors from all over the state of Wyoming, as well as city leaders. And joining us now is Mayor Nancy Tia Brown, the city of Cody.
Yes.
Thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure.
Well, you are not a new mayor. We've met a lot of new mayors today, but you are a mayor in your second term.
I am in my second term. It's a 4-year term, elected at large in Cody, and so I've been a mayor for 6.5 years now.
Wow. What do you love most about being mayor?
What I love most about being mayor is being able to be an ambassador for Cody, Wyoming, because I think Cody is, as Buffalo Bill would always say, so close to paradise that we feel the flapping of the angel's wings more prevalently, and that's why we get a little more wind than most places. But I am a true believer in the beauty and the purpose and the value of the city I represent, and I love to be an ambassador for Cody.
Oh, well, you're a very good ambassador. There's such
Thank
a
you.
rich history
There is.
in Cody. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that draw the tourists.
We are fortunate, Lori, in that we are a gateway community. We're located 50 miles from the park, and that 50 miles is one of the most beautiful 50 miles that one can travel just to get to the park.
Yeah. And her park being Yellowstone.
That
of course.
being Yellowstone.
Oh.
I should have said
So
that, yes.
amazing.
Yellowstone National Park. We're fortunate enough to be a gateway community to Yellowstone, which is the crown jewel of the national parks in our country. So we are blessed with our location. We're also blessed with our history. Our founding father, Buffalo Bill. Cody is known. Cody has actually a couple of taglines. One is Buffalo Bill's Town in the Rockies, and the other is Rodeo Capital of the World. So you combine where we're located in proximity to Yellowstone Park with the history that's there, with the ongoing Western culture and cowboy way that Cody represents, and you've got a recipe for success. People love to come to Cody.
Yeah, and that's something near and dear to your heart too. I know that you own a local art gallery.
We do indeed.
Tell us a little bit about that business.
Well, thank you. My husband and I own Bighorn Art Galleries on Main Street in Cody. We've been there, which is Sheridan Avenue. We've been there for 33 years. And the beauty of the art business is that it's a reflection of all of those things we just talked about. There are many talented people that live in our area that are drawn there because of our location and because of the cowboy way that exists there and because of the history. And art is an outgrowth of that, and so every day is an adventure in the gallery business and in the art business, and it's kept us challenged and interested for all these years. We also have a gallery in southern Arizona, and one of these years maybe I'll get to spend a little time that way too, but right now we're focused on Cody.
Yeah, well, and you're right in the middle of your second term. So.
Yes, I am. I am indeed.
I think it's important and I'm sure valuable to you, being a business owner, that you really have a grip on the local business community and what is going on with your fellow business owners. How is that community doing in the city of Cody?
The community is great. In years past, we had a stabilizing industry in our community. It was Husky Oil Company. We all know that minerals, agriculture, tourism, that's the basis of the Wyoming economy. But it provided a very, very good stability for our community. And then tourism created kind of a nice bubble. The last few years, that company changed hands, dissipated, and we've relied more on just the other elements. And that's given us kind of an up and down. And that's more difficult. That's an economic curve that's not particularly easy because you're always spending time catching up from the low time during the high time. And we would like very much to stabilize that and even that out. So we're working in Cody to rebuild that part of our community. And there's a company, a big company out of Philadelphia called Lynette that is a pharmaceutical company. And they have purchased a local man, started in his garage in Cody, Cody Laboratories, where he created chemically some of the ingredients that go into some of the prescription medications that our country uses so much of. that his dream grew, and eventually he merged with this company in Philadelphia known as Lynette. And now we have in Cody the makings of what I think could be a game changer for our economy there. Lynette and Cody Labs is growing and wanting to put a complete campus in Cody.
Oh, how fantastic.
And that will draw all levels of career, all the way from the manufacturing line worker through chemists, scientists, and we are in the process of nurturing that right now, and I think that'll be a magnificent improvement for our economy. And I know that our state, our governor, is very supportive of diversity because we all realize that in Wyoming we've got to grow beyond tourism, oil, and agriculture if we're going to stabilize things. They're all wonderful industries and wonderful things to have, but they are all fluctuating. And if we can build that economic base through diversifying our economy, I think our state will be stronger for it. And also, it will allow us to bring our young people back, which is so very, very important.
Yeah, the governor actually has someone who's working specifically on that for the state now, and I think that's such a fantastic program. And it's great to have a government that's very business friendly because, as you said, that's going to be the glue that holds us all together.
It is. And we're working in Cody on that same initiative of bringing our young people back and keeping a young population in Cody. The college down in Powell is working to provide classes that feed right into Cody Labs. We've got a vibrant young population and we want to keep them there. And economic stability and diversity is the key to that.
Well, and that's brilliant because you hear businesses say all the time, we don't have the workforce. The workforce trained for our particular industry is not there or not available. It's perfect that you're being able to provide that for this nice young business.
We are. And I heard an interesting thing, just as an aside, to the young people in our state. Working in a service organization as a young person, or in a service industry, excuse me, if it's flipping hamburgers at McDonald's, if it's changing beds at a hotel, regardless of that kind of service industry, that can be a very, very important learning component to understanding how service is part of being a good citizen later on in your life. So it's okay to have those kinds of jobs. Maybe you don't want to keep them your whole life, but it's certainly okay to have them as you build that. Yes, as you build your career curve.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sorry that I'm bouncing around a little bit, but I wanted to get back to Yellowstone because there's something very important happening, and I think everyone in Wyoming is going to want to keep their eye out for this.
That's right.
You were recently featured in National Geographic. That is a big deal, and that's going to be coming out in a short while.
Yes, it'll be coming out in 2016. It is the 125th anniversary of the national parks, and there's a huge, an entire issue of National Geographic is being dedicated to that anniversary, and within that issue, Cody is quite prominently featured. I'm proud to say.
That is so wonderful. So everyone in Wyoming, keep their eye out for that National Geographic issue coming down.
And everyone in Wyoming and beyond, remember that 95% of Yellowstone Park is in the state of Wyoming.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we have to wrap up in just a minute, but I wanted to really quickly ask you what great events and festivals are coming up on the horizon this summer that people need to know about.
In Cody? Well, of course, the 4th of July, the Cody Stampede has a history that is second to none. They call it Cowboy Christmas. It's one of the biggest PRCA rodeos in the nation over that holiday, and it's a celebration like I've never seen anywhere else in all the places I've been. So the 4th of July, the Cody Stampede are huge. It's a huge event. And then in September, another very large event that our community sponsors is called the Rendezvous Royale, which is an art festival featuring the arts in the area. And that's capped off by a big fundraising gala at the Buffalo Bill Center of the West, which is, of course, Al Simpson calls it the Smithsonian of the West. It's a fantastic institution there in Cody. So we've got great things happening.
Get those two things on your calendar.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Have a good day.
You too. We've been visiting with Mayor Nancy Tia Brown from the City of Cody. You're watching Local Edition, and we'll be back right after this. Stay tuned.